Welcome everyone, Maté talk time. Really good to be before you all, super excited. Got a massive Maté talk to share, massive, I'm talking like. I wanted to firstly thank Ilias. So for those who, he's the thumbnail for the live that we did. Ilias, this is the great man here, and actually have a look at these photos. So he's an incredible photographer, very clever man. And Ilias spoke about all things saffron, where saffron comes from, and then made some recommendations on a variety of saffron fragrances. Now, if you missed that live, I try to find that sweet spot where all of us across the world can watch. I know that it's never gonna happen. However, if you missed it, you can watch the replay. Just jump on and have a look at, this is the thumbnail, and bada bing, you can enjoy that. Now, one thing that I hope you may have noticed, there were no dings, no dongs, no gongs. I get messages quite regularly on the channel saying, must we insist with these, with the bells and the dings and the dongs? And I always respond back saying, I like them. You know, I actually like the dings. And the other thing too, I'm being a nerd. For me, it motivates the image. You know, so it's sort of it pushes that image forward. However, the most recent, I did get a message, and the person said that it sounds like the scratching of every time they hear the ding. It sounds like someone scratching a blackboard. For me, it's, you know, when you get that styrofoam paper, that, oh, that sound is no good. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna have a team meeting with my editors. And I said, you know, just a point of conversation. How do you guys feel about, in Maté Talk, if we remove, and the moment I hadn't even finished, and they were like, yes, I vote yes. It was unanimous. So, dings are done. We're done with the dings and the dongs and the gongs and everything else. So 126, Maté Talk 126 is the line in the sand, very clear line, saying that moving forward, look, there's gonna be a few. I'm a boy, I like the sound effects. I don't know what it is, I like them. But we're done. I need to get them out of my system. There it is, all done. Got them out of my system, no more moving forward. Allora, let's move on. A little drink, but have a look at this. These are the headlines that I will be talking about at the end of the video. So jump on ahead, or if you want to stay, look at the announcements. And there was one, I mean, I gotta have some sound effects, otherwise it's boring, baby. So yeah, so these are the headlines that I'll talk about at the end of the video. Now, one thing that I've been announcing is the Discovery series. It started pretty much with all things NUIT NOMADE, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in a minute, or this particular brand. If you're not familiar with what is going on here, so the motivation behind the Discovery series is, I've had a lot of people reach out to me also saying, I wish that I could have access to some of the perfumes that I talk about. I wish that I could smell alongside you. So as you're, you know, I wish I could smell the things that you're experiencing. So it inspired me, this is probably going back about 10 months ago. It inspired me to create and test out the possible concept of this Discovery series. And this is across different brands that I love. Now, some of the criteria for me to create a Discovery series is that I have to love the brand, okay? So just so you know, whatever I put forward, and yeah, so whatever brand that I'm going to be highlighting, I have to love it first, all right? The second part to it is I speak to the brand, and if they're able to do a Discovery set with particular fragrances, and more importantly, sometimes I'm asking, could I select the Discovery, like what's the fragrances that go in there? Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. And the last thing that I ask them is, can you do something for my subscribers so that you guys can get some kind of discount or some kind of incentive? If you want to participate, you can. All right, so the first one that we did one with Rhodes. That was my proof of concept. That worked really well. There was a lot of a pickup on that. Recently, I did it with NUIT NOMADE, and this has gone off. Let me just tell you, this has been so well received. It's an awesome. I think this brand here have really embraced this concept and have jumped in, very supportive with the whole thing. So, firstly, this discovery set is just gorgeous to start off with. There are 10 fragrances in this set. I've created 2 episodes, so 5 and 5. You can use the code NFC10 to get a 10% discount off this. If you choose to buy something once you experience the fragrances, you can use that code again to get now a discount. I'll talk a little bit more about this brand because they're in the Maté talk for today. But this is a great concept. A great discovery set. If you want to have some really beautiful fragrances, there's that. This coming Sunday, I am doing a discovery series on KAJAL. Now, I want to point out, KAJAL purposely made this for NFC. So I pitched this concept to them. They didn't have a discovery set within their collection. They liked the concept. They liked what we were doing with NUIT NOMADE, and so they developed this, and it is in true KAJAL style. It is very luxe, very bougie. This is actually a beautiful velvet box. Gorgeous to look at. I feel that the pricing on this is very, they've done a really, they've been generous in their support. 5 beautiful fragrances. I'll talk about this coming Sunday. These are the big hitters, okay? So the ones in here are gorgeous. Again, hand selected, so these are ones that I would like to talk about. These are ones that I have in my collection and I adore. Now, if you would like to participate and join me on the upcoming Discovery Series, you can use the code NFC this time around. It's NFC, and you'll get a 10% discount also. Their delivery is fairly cost effective, all right? So there is a delivery charge, but I think it's actually pretty good. Just so you know, these guys here have been very generous. They are doing free delivery. So as long as you, and I'll put that below, as long as you use the link that's there, by clicking on that link, that'll lock in your free delivery anywhere in the world. The next one that I'm gonna do, and you saw the Basso episode that came out, again, Suspiro, love the concept of what we're doing with the Discovery Series. I have hand selected the 10 that are in this discovery set. So I had a question raised, which is a valid question, and it does seem a bit confusing, but it's super easy. You put in NFC, that's your discount code. That'll give you 50% off this actual discovery set. So use NFC, the team will automatically know that these are the 10 that will go into that set. So they'll already organize that for you. So it matches up with the Discovery Series that's about to come out. So 3 beautiful Discovery Series, a chance to experience fragrances together in real time across the world. Boom. All right, so let me move on. Let me have another little drink. I was gonna put a comment here, but I won't, because I don't want to, it was a person's made a comment, but have a look at this. These are the beautiful fragrances that we're gonna be talking about. Okay, now yes, we're doing good. Actually, look, 8 minutes and I'm just powering through this baby. Look at me. All right, I had a comment raised recently, and it was, why do I always talk about xerjoff? Enough with xerjoff. And I need to quantify this, all right? So firstly, when you love something, you love something. What do? All right, so I love xerjoff. I enjoy xerjoff. I enjoy their fragrances. It is what it is, baby. And so, yeah, I'm going to talk a lot about xerjoff. So I give you a bit of a warning. There will be a lot more. Actually, I'm prepping something else with a bit of a lineup. So I do enjoy the xerjoff fragrance. I also find that when I show other people xerjoffs, they also like, whoa, what is this stuff? You know. And plus, the thing that I enjoy about that brand is that they have a variety. In the episodes that I did here in Maté Talk, demonstrate just that. You can come in as a new recruit, or you can go all the way to 5-star general, and there is something for you. So, yeah, they just have a beautiful range. So, will I continue to do xerjoff? 100% yes. But, and this is what today's Maté Talk's about, there are a number of other houses that I am also talking constantly about, and then a lot. And I've only grabbed a handful because I'm looking across. So my fragrance bar is here. Some of these, I can see little tears in their eyes going, well, you forgot me. And not that I've forgotten, it's just that I didn't want this to be a 3-4 hour long Maté talk. So I'm gonna show you some stuff that I think if you're new to niche or if you want to explore new houses, these are ones that I would strongly recommend, and I've created a lot of content around them. Let me begin with, the first one is Tic Tac Toc. Now, I'm not gonna, I don't have those bottles in front of me. I've got some bottles here, but if I have those bottles, I'm gonna smell and then this will become a 4 hour long Maté talk. So I'm just gonna put up images so that you know what they are. So the first one is male FUSCIUNI. This is, and I purposely chose male first because if you are new to niche, start already with male. I would recommend to you that you check out either Sogni or Viola Nere. But the beautiful thing about male FUSCIUNI fragrances is that even if you are a veteran or a 5-star general, both of these fragrances are gorgeous. They're just spectacular. Male has a way of creating a fragrance that is really, it's transcendent. No matter where you are on your journey, you'll be able to appreciate and enjoy these particular fragrances. So if you want to know more about male FUSCIUNI, but actually I'll do my sound effects. Bring, I mean, look at all of these episodes that I've created alongside male. I am meeting with him in Cannes, so I'm catching up with male. I want to do more content with the man, so the chance to catch up with him in Cannes will be all about that. So if I have 1 or 2 of his fragrances, well, check out the rest of these episodes because there's so many more nuances, so many more fragrances within his collection that you want to explore. Off the cuff, I wrote down here, so I've mentioned Sogni and Viola Nere, 2 that I don't know, I don't care where you are on your journey, these are the 2 you just need to test out. They're just gorgeous, gorgeous fragrances. Another one is Little Song, big fan of that one. It's a beautiful coffee rose note fragrance, but there's much more going on than just that. But that gives you an idea of where it's at. And then there's Varanasi. Forget about it. All right, so you need to test out. This is now more veterans onward. I wouldn't recommend a new to niche to jump in there. That will really that blow your head off emoji guy will appear. But Varanasi is gorgeous for veterans onward, so I would recommend that to you. All right, so that's male FUSCIUNI. Another one that I always banging on about, talking about, BOIS 1920. There's a lot of content that I've bring. Now I'm going to get messages saying, "Must you bring everything?" I'm missing the sound effects. Anyway, give me 1 second. These are. They're just gorgeous. Actually, I don't even know what I'm pointing at. In my brain, I'm seeing all the fragrances, but these are gorgeous. So these fragrances here, the ones that I just recommended, so Frammenti, Classic Paradise, Duro Café, and the Cannabis. Now, I'm not a fan of the green cannabis, but the cannabis fragrances that BOIS 1920, they're, if I'm not mistaken, pretty much the first on the market with this style, this concept. The one that I adore is Cannabis Dolce. It is gorgeous as a spicy, it's almost like it's a gourmand fragrance, obviously the Dolce component of it, but with these green spicy notes, really, really, really special. So these fragrances, if you're new to BOIS 1920, minimum, check them out. They're absolutely gorgeous and fantastic. And then when it looks at content, look at the videos that I've created with these guys. If you want to know their history, the BOIS 1920, how did it all start, watch this video here. We put a lot of work into it. Grace, wonderful editor, she actually conjured up this concept and created this masterpiece, or what I think is a masterpiece. It's an awesome production and a lot of fun. So check that out. All right, next one is Paris Monte Carlo. This is a house that gets very, very little airplay. I don't see a lot of people talking about it. I don't know why, because for me, I rate them very, very high. I think maybe the reason why is that so the perfumer Jean-Luc Paris is very true to respecting the singularity of the note. So take for instance, and two that I would recommend off the cuff, and I think everybody should own, is either Ylang Ylang Nosy Bee or Patchouli Nosy Bee, or own them both. All right? Both are beautiful companions to each other. These fragrances here celebrate the raw ingredient from that particular island, which is Nosy Bee, which is off the coast of Madagascar. There's a big backstory. Actually, watch this video. It gives you a huge backstory as to where exactly, why exactly the nuances in this fragrance is what it is, and how Gianluca constructed that fragrance. A lot of people talk about Maté Premier, yes, gorgeous house, but Paris Monte Carlo, really, they have a massive collection. The other thing I love about these guys is that they break everything up in collections. So they have the Italian collection, which is a celebration of all things citrus. Now that entire, I'm looking at them right now, that entire citrus range is mind-blowing, amazing. Honestly, every one of those fragrances in that collection deserves attention, and you need to test it out. Really, really impressive. So here's another house. I've done a lot of content on these guys. They've got a vast collection, so you've got enough fragrances, or they've got enough fragrances in the collection for you to test out for the next year comfortably, okay? Now, four that I would put quickly on your radar if you want to know where do I start, where do I begin, as I mentioned, either Ylang Ylang Nosy Bee, Patchouli Nosy Bee. Ylang Ylang is a very sensuous, rich yellow flower, but it works really well on a man, beautiful on a woman. They have the extrait version. Now that extrait it takes it to another level. It really, so I can't wear, I wear the EDP, or the Eau de Parfum, but I don't wear the extrait. So my wife, it's a lot more feminine. It's like really just, it's feminine power, I feel, that Ylang Ylang Nosy Bee in the extrait version, just gorgeous. Actually, the whole extrait range, just because you may have the Eau de Parfum, don't think that it eliminates you from not having or testing out the extraits. They're two different fragrances. They're similar names, but there's different nuances, and they accentuate different parts. A whole new experience. Again, Paris Monte Carlo, I gush with these guys. I'm super excited for our France fragrance tour that we're doing, and we're going in 3 weeks' time, hence why I'm in my, do you like my very French-looking jumper? Actually, look at this photo. It's one of my favorite photos when I was in Paris. That's an actual croissant from Paris. I was in the Montmartre region there, and that croissant was like bada bing, baby, just gorgeous. Anyway, I'm gonna meet Gianluca Paris. I'm like, this for me is a massive, massive bucket list experience. Gianluca was heading up all things Santa Maria Novella, another beautiful brand. And so contractually, he wasn't able to go across to his brand, but he's left Santa Maria. He's actually starting back in September. Yes, in September, he's back into his business with Paris Monte Carlo. And during that France fragrance tour, we're gonna meet him in Monte Carlo. I cannot wait, I cannot wait. I will be videoing this, I will be sharing this experience, so for anyone who's interested in all things Paris Monte Carlo and Gianluca Paris, will be seeing him. So yeah, anyway. Okay, so Ylang Ylang, Patchouli, they're the two that I would recommend. The other two that I would recommend is Neroli from that Italian collection, the Neroli Mediterraneo. Really, really spectacular. This is like a massive big hitter. And then the Bois d'Oud, that's another. So for those who want, now this is in the gold collection, a lot more robust, a lot more complex. This is a celebration of all things oud. Gorgeous fragrance, massive recommendation. I did a video on the oud lineup that I did talk about that particular fragrance too. Boom. All right, another one. Have a look at this. So this is myself and the great Pierre Guillaume. Excuse me, as I should have had this closer, and I apologize that I didn't. So here's another house. So if you want to explore new things, and again, what I'm doing here, just so you know why I'm going through all this, is to address the question that I always talk about, xerjoff. It's true, but I'm always talking about these other things too. So here's another house. If you want to explore, have a look at this. This is Pierre Guillaume's. This is part of his collection. He's actually expanded it even further. I got this probably about year and a half ago, a year ago. And hold on, let me just pull this. Oh my gosh, sorry everybody, give me 1 second. I just want to open this up because I want to show you how prolific as a creator this man is. So layer 1, layer 2, all right? So he has just endless amount of perfumes. There's something for everybody, all right? So I would strongly recommend that you check out this house. Have a look at these videos that I created also. There's a lot of great conversations here. 4 that I would recommend off the cuff. 1 is Cose number 2. That's his very first one. Awesome backstory. Watch this video. There's an origin story to this, and it's a cool story. And anyway, I discuss it here. Another one that I would recommend. So if you're new, Cose is very good. If you're new, I would recommend to you also Longue Cuillère, a vanilla, salty vanilla, marine, aquatic, just like knock out of the park, sexy. There's one called Cuillère Venenum. Now that is the most sensuous, neroli fragrance you're ever likely to experience. That thing there is orange blossom, but just in lingerie. It's so gorgeous. So that's another one that I'd recommend. Then you've got Tonka Body Con. I mean, that's the one where it all started for me. That's just like divine and just sensual. I mean, Pierre talks about, and have a look at this video. I had a chance to meet him in his atelier production area. I had a chance to make my own Tonka Body Con alongside Pierre. He showed me the recipe, or the actual the recipe, and we created it together. So I've got my own version of that. But he keeps everything in-house. He controls it all. So it's incredible. And then the last one, if you're now a 5-star general, Une Madone. This one here is wild. So if you like things like Sado Nasso and things of that nature, check out Une Madone. It's very impressive. So another great house, a lot of content that I've created so you can explore that. The last one that I will show, and then I'll spray something so that you don't feel robbed, is the NUIT Nomade. So again, this is a great, incredible house. This is comfortably for, if you're new to niche, then I would jump in with these guys. There's something for everybody here. This set here and the Discovery series that I created, you're bound to find something that is out of the park, knock out of the park, amazing. 4 that I would recommend off the bat really quickly is Sugar Leather, just gorgeous. Memory Motel, Nothing But Sea and Sky, and Ambre Kanja. Now, Ambre Kanja is a little bit more for the veteran. I mean, look, a new recruit can comfortably have it, but it does have a lot more complexity to it. It's a lot more robust as a fragrance, as a perfume. So, boop. And my camera's about to pop. I'm going to stop so I could reset my brain, and then because I'm going to now talk about 3 other houses that I want to explore in more detail. I'll be back in a second. And back. All right, so I'm going to slow things down. I was rushing through that first part only because I wanted to get through so much content. There's so many, as I showed, as I demonstrated, there's a lot of beautiful houses that I have a deeper conversation on, beautiful fragrances. If you want to know more about the fragrances that I highlighted, have a look at those episodes. You'll be able to see more. These next 3 I haven't created a lot of content for. However, they're on my radar, and the intention is that, yes, moving forward, I definitely want to do a lot more attention, or a lot more videos regarding them. The first one is Panadora. So this is a Swedish house. What I like about this, sorry, the reason why I'm hesitating, can you hear that? The electrician is here. He's just doing a little bit of work. So you're gonna hear a little bit of noise. That's what that is, all right? Just, it's gonna be distracting for me, but anyway. So Panadora, Swedish house. What I love about this is it goes against its type. When you think of Nordic design, think Byredo, very pared down, black and white, very clean lines. Whereas you look at this and it's bougie and it's opulent and it has presence. I mean, just beautiful deer and it's, you know, these gorgeous antlers. For those who are familiar with the brand, each of the plaques have different colors, so they just, when you line them all up, it just looks stunning. I mean, it's me as, I love color. I love color. And so when these are all together, they just look super impressive. Then there's the fragrance. And the brand walks between two lines. One, it embraces where it's from Sweden. So it embraces that region in its notes and things of that nature. But the owner is a Middle Eastern man. His name is Ibrahim. I'm not sure exactly where he's from, but his heritage is Middle Eastern. And he's also the perfumer of the brand. And so he leans into that Middle Eastern touch. In this particular fragrance here, it's called Swedish Woods. And it has a mixture of ouds in the base. What I love about this fragrance, and I put it on your radar, everybody. If you haven't had a chance to experience this, check this baby out. It's gorgeous. It has, on opening, this green, crispy, juicy apple. It's super inviting. On first spray, you just fall in love. That apple does, when it begins to dry back, it almost goes into a plum-like quality. There's a booziness to it. There's a it's matured essentially, and I think it's because it now is blending in with both patchouli and also with the ouds, with the mixture of ouds. I think there's also things like, I think cedarwood or cedar leaves or something like that. I think what in my opinion, the way that this fragrance is, what it's trying to represent is the Swedish landscape when it comes to its woods and its forests, and how it has two parts. Is that meaning that when the sun is out, it's just gorgeous, you know, these trees and the sun coming through, but then the moment night hits, you're like, the same place can be quite daunting or quite almost, what's that word? I'll put it here. Ominous. And I think this does it really well. It never goes into a dark place. So it never goes into a place where you're like, well, what just happened? Like a mega Maté, where it starts off sunny and bright and then it just goes really sort of murky and algae-like. This always remains as a beautiful, elegant, unique, and opulent style of fragrance. Gorgeous fragrance. A massive, big recommendation. There is a little slight, I'm detecting a slight musty patchouli in there, but that fruit note, plum-like now, is gorgeous. It's as a going out, as a date night fragrance, fantastic. Next one that I would put on your radar is MIHAN Aromatics. Now, interestingly, they look like they're Nordic. You know, this very streamlined bottle, black and white, magnetic lid, everything about it is, you know, like, it's good. You feel like this should be like it's Byredo's older brother sort of thing. These guys here are Aussie-based, and when I say Aussie, they're actually based here in Melbourne. I discovered the brand very early in my niche journey. There's a great retailer here called Law Perfumery. They showcased these fragrances to me because a lot of the fragrances actually embrace the regions within Melbourne, and it's like a scent memory that they've, from the owners, the creators, a scent memory that they've now transferred into a fragrance. This is Petrichor Plains. This was one of my very first ones that I bought. The reason why I love this is that it's an interpretation of rain, of that petrichor sort of scent, either just before rain hits or just slightly after. In Melbourne, we're famous for many things, but one of them is that we have 4 seasons in one day. Meaning that, and this is no lie, by the way, so it starts off sunny, glorious. Today was a classic example of this, by the way. Sunny, glorious, and you're thinking, wow, it's going to be a spectacular day. By 11 o'clock, clouds are rolling in. There is a chance that there might be some rain, and then right about now, it's about 2:30, the sun's come back out, and by, say, 6 o'clock, it becomes a little bit balmy, and you're like, whoa, it's just a gorgeous day. That's a typical Melbourne day. So you always bring an umbrella with you. And the way that the scent memory here is just before the rain hits, you get that scent, that petrichor sort of scent profile, but also when the rain begins to hit a warm pavement, there's a very particular scent profile to it. It's kind of metallic, there is a wetness to it, which is hard to explain, but there's a scent profile to it. And this embodies that so beautifully. So if you haven't experienced what that petrichor sort of feeling is, this is also a great grounding fragrance. It uses a particular wood native to Australia called Buddha wood. They use an Australian Buddha wood. And it has this woody, it's like sandalwood, but no creaminess. It's super dry. It has it's a woody, dry fragrance scent. For me, I find that the MIHAN, excuse me. I don't know what happened then. I got like something stuck in the back of my throat. Isn't it the worst? And I had this happen to me once where I was entertaining a group of big dog business people, and I was drinking some water and it went down the wrong way. This is in a restaurant. We were in a restaurant. Man, you go from being James Bond, super cool, suave, to, to being like Bugs Bunny, you know, your eyes are popping out of your head. I could see that it was coming on. I remember getting up and just doing this, like, I'll be back, and coughing all the way to the bathroom. Oh, I was so embarrassed. I came back, you know, teary-eyed, and everyone's like, "You okay?" And I'm like, yeah, super cool, baby. But I lost all my cred, you know. I was Bugs Bunny in a suit, you know, as opposed to James Bond in a suit, anyway. So I'm back. I don't know what happened, but I'm back. Big recommendation, as a calming of your soul, stilling of your mind, reassuring you, giving you strength. Petrichor Plains is gorgeous, and the entire MIHAN Aromatics collection is awesome, really, really awesome. I have spoken about them before. I always say that these guys, they have this quiet confidence, meaning that, Panador will enter the room with you. So boom, just, you know, you've got antlers and you're looking like, you know, swag dog number one. This guy here doesn't have that sort of boom, 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 but as people come around you, they're like, you smell amazing. There's a sort of a comforting scent to it. And then on top of that, it will match this when it comes to its longevity and staying power. I've got Petrichor Plains here. It'll stay, and actually, and let me go one more. This is where Panador is, the Swedish woods, and this is where, and both of them I can smell. So it's not being enveloped by this, the one that has oud and in it and all the rest of it. Petrichor Plains and that woody, dry sort of sandalwood sort of scent profile to it is definitely present. So great house, big recommendation. I would recommend them to you. And I'm gonna do more content on those guys. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. They're about to release a new fragrance. I won't say because I don't want to steal their thunder, but they are about to release a new fragrance. I have smelt it. It is gorgeous. So I will be sharing more about that. The last one, Atelier des Eaux. Gorgeous. These have been on my radar for a very long time. Libertine have just recently included in their range. They had during their birthday sale. I jumped in and took advantage. This is CUIR SACRÉ, and it is this is James Bond. This is now the most pristine white shirt, just like you could crumble it and it will go back to its just beautiful, you know, no creases or anything of that nature. It's a gorgeous, very dry, very leathery wood fragrance. So this is where the others, ladies, you can comfortably wear this. This is a gorgeous fragrance for anybody to wear. Ladies, this is Sandra's favorite. So I bought it for me, but Sandra has claimed it pretty much as her own. This is her stealing of her mind, calming of her soul fragrance. She loves it. Whereas this one here, this is a boy fragrance. Girls, you're welcome to try it out, but I have a feeling that this really has a very clean, masculine edge to it. There are things like, let me just beep, bop, boop. How's my, yes, good. There are things like vetiver, cedar, incense, leather. It does have a touch of green with this cardamom, but no spiciness. Everything is like super, super dry, just super dry. Super masculine. There is, interestingly, there is like a slight, not soapy, but a very clean, but yeah, maybe soapy sort of scent profile to it. The leather in it, so if you like leather fragrances, this is just clean lines, super slick, just gorgeous. This is a brilliant fragrance for going out. So if you're dressed up of an evening, you're going to meetings, this is what I would have been wearing in that meeting years ago when I lost all my composure. It's that style, so it has great presence. This is a boss fragrance. This is like a confidence booster. This is it does have that very confident masculine edge to it. Big recommendation. And the entire house, I've only smelt a few, but this is another one where I want to do a lot more work with. I love their bottle, the Art Deco look, the gold flecks inside. There's gold flakes pumping around, jumping around in there. It's just gorgeous. The whole thing is super. Et voilà, c'est fini. That is, so going back, very beginning, yes, love xerjoff. We'll continue to talk about xerjoff, but so many other conversations that I already have and will have. Behind me is a collection of episodes that I have been filming. Because I'm going to be away, I'm going in 3 weeks' time, I will be in Paris. We're doing the France Fragrance Tour 2024, hosting 7 people from around the world. Just so you know, if you're interested in this kind of concept, immersing yourself in luxury travel, in beautiful experiences, and also being involved with behind the scenes when it comes to perfumery and brand owners and perfumers and things of that nature, have a look at the one we're about to do in Italy. At the end of this video, you'll see a little bit of a promo that Kevin and I created. So if you want to know more, you can do that. But in 3 weeks' time, as I mentioned, I will be in Paris to kick off our France Fragrance Tour. We have 7 beautiful people from around the world, which is so cool, literally around the world. And yeah, we're going to be experiencing quite a few things there. And why did I go into that? I don't know, but that's what it is. All right, let me do announcements. Boom, boom, boom. Let me go announcements. I'm going to slow down. I feel like I am being chased by zombies. That's why. I'm about to do an international Maté talk. Now, this is something I started in 2022. And the motivation behind it was to now be in, we do it through Zoom. So I can see you, you can see me, we can talk to each other. This is across the world, and the intention is that we're all gonna be drinking something. Maté, if you can get a hold of it. So it's International Maté Talk. It will happen on Saturday, the 28th of October. I'm going to be in Grasse. So I'll actually push it out from Grasse. The timing, actually, here are some times that that I'm planning to do it at. So it'll be 2 o'clock in Grasse, which will be this across the world. As I said, there is no sweet spot, but this I did this this time last year, and it seemed to have worked well. We were able to get a number of people involved in that. It will be, as I said, through Zoom, so we'll be able to connect and talk more. Now, behind me, you'll see. Actually, I'll put it here. I create a poster. I create something to commemorate this grand occasion. 2022, this is the poster. Last year, because I did it, the International Maté Talk was in Cannes. We created this, and actually last year I had both Matteo FUSCIUNI and Guillaume join us. So they were able to join in on that Zoom. You were able to ask questions, things of that nature. So I'll make sure that there are some auspicious individuals who will join us for International Maté Talk next year. In October. So I've created these posters to commemorate that, but you can buy them. If you jump on my website, you can see that some have already sold. So if there's no number there, it's because that particular number is gone. If you have a lucky number or something like that, just let me know what it is that you would like. I can isolate that poster for you and I can send that out to you. Now that pricing does include postage anywhere around the world. So if you would like to have a limited edition poster signed by me, then check out those. Boom. All right, last thing, or second last thing. There will be a Paris, so some people have reached out to me saying, if you're going to be in Paris, is there a chance we could catch up? The short answer is yes, no problems at all. I'm going to be like crazy busy, hit the ground running. However, Monday the 16th at around 3 p.m. I do have a window for about an hour or two. So if you're in the Paris region, you would like to catch up, then I'm going to recommend to you, there's a great boutique called Nose. I'll put a link in the comments below. We can meet there. Nothing formal, so super informal, just really chill. Let's meet there, smell some fragrances, go get a drink somewhere, just chat, just connect one-on-one. I do like meeting everybody. I do enjoy being in your company. So yeah, if you're around that area, if you're able to meet up, then that would be awesome. But here's the date and time, and the best way to reach out to me, actually, if you DM me, that way I can, we can connect and we can make sure that we line ourselves up. I feel like that was a long Maté talk. I feel exhausted, but we've got one last thing to do. And let's spin for the Let Me Send You Something. Members of the channel get a chance to not only join Discord, but also be put into this wheel, as you can see. Look at all these beautiful people here. And you have a chance to receive 10 different samples. You tell me sort of fragrances that you love, and I'll curate that specifically for you. And good luck for the first person. I'm going to spin twice. This is the first person. Good luck. Ooh, Vic, congratulations, man. So DM me or through Discord, let me know what fragrances you enjoy, and I'll put together some things. I'm going to show you something here to see if you might be interested, but your choice, your choice. Good luck. Cecilia, boom, I like it. All right, so what I can do for you guys, MIHAN Aromatics have been very kind. They like the spinning of the wheel. They like the things that I do when it comes to the Let Me Send You Something. So they've actually given me a discovery set, all right? Has all their fragrances. So if you would like this, I can send this to you. Or if you prefer to say, look, I actually like woody ambers or whatever it may be, send me some stuff. Or I'm coming into autumn or fall and you want me to send you something, let me know. You can either have, so both you guys, you can either have the complete set, which is pretty cool, or tell me what you like and I'll put together something. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that different kind of Maté talk. You can see I love anything to do with niche perfumery. I'm all in, baby. We'll see you guys all on the next Maté talk. I've been in love with niche perfumery for some time now, and I also love travel. Now we've married these two things together and created KM Fragrance Stores. 2025 is all about Italy. There are 2 tours happening, one in February, the ESXENCE tour. You're gonna wanna join us on this one-day event. And then in September, we have an 8-day luxury tour. Rome, Milan, Florence, travel, good food, fragrances, bada bing, baby.
You're gonna wanna come with us. ESXENCE is the biggest perfume show that happens in the calendar year. Now this is where you're going to be surrounded by 400 niche fragrance brands. We're gonna give you a guided tour of the day. The ESXENCE tour is open now. We've already had a number of guests come and book their spots.
Then in September, if you wanna now slow down the pace, 8-day luxury. We're in conversation with a number of beautiful Italian brands in each of those key cities. Those dates are locked and loaded. So if you want to join us for that, make sure you reach out to us to find out more. We look forward to an exciting 2025 as we explore niche perfumery, travel, and Italy.
We'll see you there.